Hey YouTube, Freedom for Cat is here. I'm going to be continuing my survival series on weapons. Now I'm not going to be going into a great depth here. I'm just trying to do a little video for people who may have just joined the Truther movement or who have gotten onto YouTube and looking for some good videos as to what items should be in your pack. Now one of the items I actually have two shovels in my bug out bag. I have this small pocket-sized shovel, which is actually very nice, very convenient for digging small holes. If you don't need a whole lot of hole digging, this will definitely, help you. Maybe if you're putting up a tent, you need to break the ground to drive the stake in, that's fine, this will work. But I also have a military shovel, which has the folding arm and folds down into a nice hard case. I have that one, but I'm not going to show you that one. That one's in my bug out bag. Now, the next thing that I want to go on to is that while you're bugging out, okay, we might do some hunting, we might do some trapping of some kind because, we'll be living off the land. What I want to recommend is a dressing knife. Now, what a dressing knife is that my dressing knife is good for dressing deer and animals, rabbits, whatever you have. Now, a dressing knife will come with 3 blades. Okay, this blade here, if you can see that, this has some very, very sharp ridges on it. Now, this is called a bone cutter blade. Okay, these ridges is when you hunt a deer, you generally sometimes have to cut through bone to clean out the animal's insides to dress the animal, as they say. Now, this hook here, is to help skin an animal. Now, after you kill a deer, like I said, you have to dress it. This hook here is good for opening up the underside of a deer and again dressing the deer, getting him cleaned up and ready for slaughter. That's also good. If I can get this thing back in here. Again, if you notice, these blades, they lock in there real well. And this blade here is just your traditional boning blade, to kind of work your way through the deer itself, cutting everything out of the way or whatever you need to cut. Okay, that's a good knife. Another good item to have in your backpack is, and this is a must, and when you get this product, don't go to the hardware store and buy the $10.99 cheapie. Make sure you go to the store and you get a good one. Now, this is a multi-tool, okay? This one here is a Weatherman, or rather Leatherman. I stand corrected with an L. I thought it was a W. A Leatherman. And Leatherman is a good product. This has about 10 different things. I'm not going to show you everything, but it's got a file here. It's got screwdrivers and knives and boning knives and everything that you can think of. There's about 10 different items on this multi-tool, and a multi-tool is definitely something that you're going to need in your bug out bag as well. And it just conveniently folds down into that little tiny space. It's got some weight to it, but the weight versus the practicality of this tool definitely is worth having it. Okay, now let's move on to something else. Let's move on to defensive weapons. And again, I'm not going to be talking about guns in this video. I'm just going to be talking about other ways to defend yourself. Now, one good way to defend yourself is with pepper spray. Now, this Saber Red, this is a good product to have. Now, this product here stands about 5 feet tall, and I have practiced with this. This shoots a spray. It's like a foamy spray. It's about a 1/4 inch in diameter, and it shoots anywhere from 7 to 10 feet for about a good 30 to 45 seconds, which is a fair amount of time when you're in a situation like that. Now, when would you want to use pepper spray when you're bugging out? Okay, let's say that you got someone around you that you don't want to use your gun Because if you use your gun, you might draw attention to where you're at, okay? This is more of a quieter deterrent than a loud bang of your handgun, okay? This might, maybe you don't want to kill the guy, but, maybe you just want to knock him down or something, and just, so you can just kind of get away from whatever's going on. So pepper spray is another option. Another option here is that, and this is one of my favorites, this is a good tool here. This is an 8-inch blade, and this is a survival knife, okay? Now there's different types of survival knives. I really like this one. This one, again, if you look right here, it has a bone saw. So again, you can do multitude of things. This one is very sharp. I sharpened it myself. I really like it. Now, the thing about these survival knives is sometimes the blade will be a full blade into the handle, which is a great knife. There's a full tang knife is a great knife, but this one's not a full tang. It's a partial tang. And when you unscrew this here, okay, what you have in here is there's a compass inside there. Now, I don't know if you can really see that, but there's a compass inside there. And not only inside of this, but inside of here as well, there's a little storage area in there. Okay, so you can put some important things in there that you need to have. And this just real easily screws in there. This knife is very durable. It's got a good thick blade. Again, that's a good, 1/4 inch thick. This thing ain't gonna bend and ain't gonna break. This is good for hacking through the woods where you got to chop down. And then one more item I just want to touch on. Again, good ideas for your bugout bag. Let me snap this here. What you want to do here is, the last thing that I have is a machete. Okay. Now this is an American-made machete. This is oh gosh, it's made in USA, and I can't remember the name brand. Oh, it's an Ontario knife. That's right. It's an Ontario knife. Now, again, this is an 18-inch blade. This is good for dense forest when you're traveling through. You got to make your way, just kind of hack through. Or if you really needed to defend yourself, you think you're a samurai or something. Well, yeah, there you go. You got it too. But also notice on the back of this, you've also got a saw blade on here. Okay? But a lot of people don't realize that these saw blades are made to cut in a pulling action only. This isn't a saw blade where you rip it in both directions. This is a pull only saw blade. Okay? The reason for that is that if you're cutting something where you're trying to go back and forth and your hand slips off of this handle, it's going to go on onto that saw blade, and guess what? Time to go to the hospital, but you're bugging out and there is no hospital. So remember, when you're using a machete and you're using it to saw, it's a pull only action. You don't want to lose any fingers. Alright guys, these are some simple ideas, some simple weapons that you should have in your bugout bag. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.